Hi there. As we prepare for another week of what is likely to be more uncertainty, I wanted to take a few minutes to share with you what I'm doing and what I'm recommending people on my team do and other people do to find certainty in this very uncertain world. Now, if you're anything like me, you have probably felt like the last week has been a year. Last Monday feels like a year ago, with every day feeling more uncertain and bringing more worry than the day before. And so our brands don't know how to deal with this. They are looking for a solution, and when they can't find it, it induces a fear response, which just feeds us going to social media, reading the news, talking to our friends, trying to figure out what the answer is. And right now, there is no answer. And so we get scared. And we're scared of big things like, our loved ones getting sick, or the economy tanking, or losing our jobs, to small things like not having enough toilet paper. And so our brain is trying to fix and control the things that it can control, which to some people mean going out and buying a ton of toilet paper because that's where they're finding certainty. And there's nothing wrong with that. I know there's memes all over the internet about it and jokes and everything else, but that is just how people are choosing to find certainty in this uncertain world. So, rather than that, I wanted to share 7 ways that I'm showing up and trying to find certainty even though things are constantly changing. So, 1 is try to stick as much as you can to your habits, to your rituals, to your routines, to your schedule as possible. I know that that's difficult and things are kind of thrown up in the air right now, but the more we can stick to these things, the better, because these are the things that are going to help us get through the day. Number 2 is plan your day before it starts. So before you open your laptop or open your phone or let the world come into your mind, let's start off being proactive and figuring out, what do we want to do today? How will we win the day before we let the world tell us what our day looks like? Number 3 is bookend your day with gratitude. So a lot of times gratitude might seem like woo-woo, but we don't know right now because we're so worried how to be grateful because things are changing and maybe your situation is really bad and you're not sure how to deal with it. But no matter where you are or what you're dealing with, there's always someone out there that's dealing with something worse. And so how do we turn that fear into gratitude over what we have? Because we're often not grateful until we fear losing something. So for example, right now, maybe we're thinking, I wish things were back to normal. I know I feel that way, but when things are normal, am I grateful that they're normal? Not always. So let's take a minute to start our day with gratitude. What are 3 things that we're grateful for? And then at the end of the day, what is something that happened today that we can be grateful for? Because if we're in gratitude, we're much less likely to be in worry. And if we're ending our day like that, we are eradicating negative thought behaviors and we're more likely to sleep better. And if we sleep better, we will be less stressed and our immune system will be better. Number 4 is limit your TV and news consumption. So like I said, I think last Wednesday or Thursday, I'm just like scrolling on social media, jumping from one thing to the next, trying to find an answer. And then I could not sleep. I slept like a few hours that night and I felt awful the next day. And again, that is not what we want for our immune system right now. So let's limit as much as we can our social media and news consumption so that we're being proactive and productive and working on the things that we can control, because a lot of stuff is completely out of our control and we start playing the blame game of governments and people and companies that we blame for this, when that's not really helpful and it's not going to help us right now. So let's focus on what we can control, and right now we can control how much we let the outside world into our mind. So let's stand guard at the doors of our mind and control what gets in so that we can stay productive and get out of that fear mindset. 5 is keep a journal. So a lot of times when I'm worried or stressed about something, if I journal and process my feelings, I'm much less likely to stick it in my head and be going over it again and again. So keep a journal out your feelings and your problems and what you're going through, and then you'll have something to look back on someday of remembering what mindset you were in at the time. 6 is assume positive intent. So this is one of our core values at Best Self, is to assume positive intent, be kind. Everyone is dealing with the same uncertainty that you are, some even worse. So let's all show up with positive intent and assume that everyone is trying their best with what they have. Because if 2 people show up assuming positive intent, they're much more likely to get a better outcome than 2 people showing up feeling like the other one's against them. So again, we're all dealing with this uncertainty. Not everyone has the same tools that you do. So let's all just assume positive intent and we will get way further, way faster. Now more than ever is a time for intentionality. So I want you to show up as your best self and put your best foot forward as we go through these uncertain times. But I know that we can do this and that you have this, and we all are going to show up as our best during these uncertain times, because these are the times that show us who we are.